Este primer video lo subió al canal de YouTube Exploring Gems, que estaba acampando sola en una zona remota de tierras de la Oficina de Gestión de Tierras en noviembre de 2025. El lugar parecía perfecto, un terreno público virgen por donde pasan camiones madereros ocasionalmente durante el día.
This is the third logging truck I've seen this morning. They're cutting down our forests left and right. And I'm on BLM land for the first time, which is rather beautiful. The roads are fairly well maintained, but they're doing lots of logging. And there's lots of areas blocked off that say private property. So they're selling off a lot of the land, and this is all like the brush left over from logging. Saw like 5 logging trucks just this morning.
3 camiones con las luces apagadas pasaron por el camino durante una caminata esa tarde. Intercambiaron un saludo al pasar.
On our way back from our hike earlier that day, 3 blacked out trucks came rumbling up the road. I stepped aside with Jem, gave a polite wave as they passed, and didn't think much of it. But that moment would end up leading to the scariest night I've ever had on the road. That evening, as the sun started to set, the same group started tearing up and down the road in their quads. Loud and obnoxious, yes, but harmless. At least at first.
Alrededor de la medianoche, 3 golpes fuertes se oyeron justo en el cristal de la puerta corrediza.
Someone just came knocking on my door in the middle of the national forest, so. So not cool. I froze. My heart stopped. I grabbed my phone to check the security cameras, but of course, it hadn't been plugged in. I peeked out through my bunk window cover. I couldn't see a thing. And those motion sensor lights I still hadn't installed, well, they're sitting right there on my dash. Regret hit hard in that moment. Then I noticed a faint glow up the hill and realized it was a fire, where the trucks from earlier had parked. During an active level 1 fire ban, mind you. And that's when it clicked. These weren't the kind of people you want to cross paths with in the middle of nowhere.
A veces, viajar solo por zonas remotas implica enfrentarse a momentos que cambian tu forma de moverte por el mundo. Pero, ¿qué pasa cuando alguien o algo se acerca peligrosamente a ti en medio de la noche? La vida en furgoneta del youtuber Dan la comenzaba a retomar en mayo de 2023, tras 6 meses de recuperación de una cirugía de hombro en Iowa. El primer día, condujo a través de Iowa hasta Nebraska.
After months of recovery and van projects, my shoulder, the van, and I are very much ready to hit the road, but not quite yet. Anxious and excited about the journey to come today, I still have to finish my final steps of cleaning my water tank. About 24 hours ago, I put bleach in my tank, and while waiting for that tank to drain, I finished packing up and organizing for the road trip heading west.
Pero al anochecer, el cansancio empezaba a apoderarse de él. Tras estar despierto desde las 4 de la mañana, más tarde encontró un lugar para acampar justo al lado de la carretera, cerca de un estanque con senderos.
Nebraska seems to drag on forever and ever when you're driving through that state lengthwise. And after waking up early that morning and getting everything finished up on the van before hitting the road, I was getting tired and the sun was starting to set. I saw a camping spot on I-Overlander that was just barely off the highway, and it looked like it was really near a cool pond with some trails all around it. After a full day of driving through the flatlands from Iowa into Nebraska, we were both ready to pull over and call it a night. I wanted to eat my leftover Mexican food, and Cassie still hasn't eaten, and it was like 7 p.m., and she had been getting pretty antsy about getting supper fed. So it seemed like it was going to be a good idea to stop for the night and take a rest. Stay. Cassie, stay. Come here. Let's turn the lights on it. All right, go potty. I swear I just saw a set of eyes over there. I swear I just saw a reflection. Oh man. We're not gonna get spooked. We're not gonna get spooked. We just got landed at our spot for the night. It was a little spot that I found on iOverlander.
Más tarde esa noche, mientras intentaba dormir, se oyó un ruido detrás de la furgoneta, algo que no debería haber estado ahí, movimiento cerca de la puerta trasera.
Just when I thought my night couldn't get any worse, I decided to try to go to sleep with a tick-filled bed. And as I'm rolling around in the bed bugs trying to fall asleep, I finally start to doze off and I hear something strange behind the van.
What's going on, bud?
So I just woke up to the noise of something rutting around outside the van. I don't know if it was somebody fucking with the back door handle or if it was just somebody bumping against the van. But we are parked somewhere that there should be no one near the van. And then I heard a loud belch. I got up and grabbed my safety device, and I haven't heard anything since. And that's when I realized somebody's trying to break into the van. I can hear somebody tugging on the door handle, and I am out in the middle of nowhere. And by this point in the day, I'm just irritated that my night's sleep is now going to be completely ruined, not only by the bed bugs and ticks, but by some Jimmy trying to break into the van. Normal person probably would have got up and drove to a new parking spot at that time, but I just truly had not one fuck left to give. So we tried to go back to sleep.
La vida en furgoneta no siempre se resume en vistas a la montaña y libertad. A veces, lidiar con situaciones inesperadas pone a prueba tu capacidad de control. Aunque los casos anteriores solo fueron un susto, para estos campistas, el peligro tocaría su puerta. En junio de 2024, Tanya y Dave, del canal de YouTube Let's Turn It Up World, estaban preparando sus maletas en un campamento en Lone Pine, California, planeando un viaje de 4 horas hacia Nevada. El destino era el estacionamiento abandonado de un hotel donde parecía posible acampar gratis durante la noche.
We're leaving this beautiful, beautiful campground today here, and it's been absolutely amazing. You know, actually, I've done our fair share of truck stops and, you know, spots where it's free, overnight camping, boondocking, which is something we really enjoy doing. It's free, and it's when you have long drives, it's a great way to stop and rejuvenate. So we have about a 4-hour drive as we're here in Lone Pine, California, but we're heading towards Nevada, and we're gonna be camping at a abandoned hotel parking lot. We should be able to camp there, no problem. We shall see. And it's just like the life in the van life, and you just have to go with the flow sort of vibe. So we're gonna just pack up here, get out there, and the plan is to take that abandoned hotel parking lot and turn it into a 5-star.
El hotel abandonado resultó ser Buffalo Bills, un casino con un parque de atracciones cerrado. El personal de seguridad dio permiso para estacionar durante la noche, siempre y cuando no se abrieran los toboganes.
So right off this exit, we're heading back to this spot, which is Buffalo Bills. It's a parking lot, hotel, park, casino over that direction. It's Pink Rock Donuts. Oh my gosh, they have some of the coolest gourmet donuts. I think we're gonna stop there, Dave.
Oh yeah.
If it's open, stop there, grab a couple of donuts. Little
like
fancy
that.
Donuts for dessert after a nice dinner.
That sounds like some pretty nice luxury dessert. If I had anything, oh yeah, I like it.
It's probably in this little complex off to the right. Look at that. That's where we might be able to call home tonight. We'll find out if we pick up our donuts. But that is pretty darn cool. I wonder if it's working. We'll have to find out. What, is it tied to Pink Box Donuts? Oh, it's tied. Okay, it's tied to the Prim Center. That's interesting. All right, we'll have to run in and get some fancy donuts, Dave. There's some parking back there too. So I ended up getting six of those donuts. You know what happens is when they get a pair of 6, you get a discount on those. So we're getting 6. Yes, 6 gourmet donuts. We should have enough room in our refrigerator for this one, so it should be exciting.
16 at 32, $7.78.
Awesome, thank you. Yep, there it is. Yep. Yep.
Either brown sugar or sugar daddy.
I didn't get you those. I got you 2 of those and 1 of those.
Okay, that's good.
2 chocolates and that. You want some brown sugar? You got some brown sugar. So what should I do? Up a couple feet? All right, so it's the parking situation. Here we go. Trying to get the most of the balance that we can.
Stop there, man.
Okay. All right. That's it. This is what we're calling home for the night. We got the okay. Spoke with the security guard who said it's perfectly okay. As long as we don't put any slides out, and we don't have slides. So we're in good shape. Very excited to get things started. I can see the sun is slowly starting to set. So it's about 5:30 right now. Maybe what we'll do is before cooking dinner, maybe explore these grounds. There's a huge amusement park over there. Kind of see it right there. Not sure if it's open. Haven't seen anything coming around. Haven't seen a roller coaster come around yet, but pretty wide open here. It almost looks abandoned.
Pero un extraño hombre se acercaría a la camioneta y preguntaría si eran veteranos, una pregunta extraña y aleatoria que inmediatamente pareció sospechosa.
This guy right there is just like randomly came up to us and asked if we were, first question, veterans, and now he's driving around the parking lot. Dude, it's kind of creepy. So I let the security guards know, but he's out there just hovering around the parking lot. Oh man, that's a little unsettling. So I just turned the lights off. Oh my gosh. Tried to cook dinner. This is crazy, Dave.
It's crazy. I know it is. The guy's racing around the parking lot.
Racing. So I just turned the lights off. Hold on, let's close this up. I gotta finish a meal. Ooh, I know, Bubby. Mom is watching. Yikes.
Right? No, it's crazy.
There's a black car. Feels a little weird as well. Just kind of sitting there. Oh gosh. That is the same one that was there earlier. The Ford that was there earlier that also kind of circled by. Black Ford Explorer. Oh my goodness gracious. I mean, I'm not sure if I'm just worrying too much or... Let's see.
I think we're gonna move it on.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have dinner.
I think we're gonna move it on.
And we're gonna move it on.
Are
we ready?
Oh yeah.
All right.
We're gonna move it on.
That's it. Dinner time and
creepy.
move on.
A little creepy in there. Yeah.
Yeah, oh my goodness gracious. So, Dave.
Yeah, no, this has been actually a really scary situation. We have what seems to be some cars that have been, it seems like almost casing the van. They've driven by slowly a number of times. In particular, there's actually an old Ford Explorer that drove by slowly a number of times.
Yeah, left and now
left and then just came back with a van.
Yeah.
And they both came back and parked in the same spot right nearby us. Just like turned off the car and are just sitting there.
They're waiting to.
So
maybe it's the bikes. I don't know. Not very comfortable. It's kind of a new spot, and normally we're not necessarily like.
Yeah, we're nervous about our bikes. Well, everything actually.
Yeah, and normally we're not spooked by a parking lot, but when you're not in a comfortable situation and you had that weird question by that gentleman that came by. Very strange. So dinner, we're gonna pack up. We're gonna head to another truck stop a little bit of ways. Dave was looking up one, so we will see you at the next truck stop for dinner. Oh my goodness gracious, we're getting out of here. There's the pickup. There's the black car right over there, and then all of a sudden there's the van, and no one got out of that van. So we're out of here. Oh my goodness gracious, that's one of the most uncomfortable feelings. Let's see. There's the van. Yep, and then there's the black Explorer right next to them.
Yeah, they came back and
came back. There. All right, so we're gonna make a right. Okay.
That was scary.
That was uncomfortable. I'm just watching to see if they leave.
They're trying to follow us out.
Well, oh man, so uncomfortable.
I see the van moving.
Oh, okay. Whew. All right, we are rolling on.
Moving on.
Next stop.
That was scary.
And there's the black car. Look, they got out of the car. They got out of the car. And he's walking over to the other side. But they didn't go over to the... Woo! Still there. Oh my gosh, how are you feeling right now?
Well, that was creepy. It was, I gotta say, you know, when you had the Explorer pull back in, which had basically driven by our car multiple times, like slowly, like almost like they were looking at something. Maybe it was our bikes, who knows what it was. And then they came back together now with this white van.
Twice.
Yeah, actually, it's the third time we saw them. Yeah, they came back. And this time they came back with a white van with like very few windows. Looked like a perfect thing to actually put, say, bikes in it. So it was a scary situation. Plus, after you had that person come by and ask you the question about, are you in the former military and all that.
That was weird. He came up, just randomly came up.
Really weird.
And rolled down the windows and said, "Oh, I'm just here to say hi." He goes, "I'm just asking if you guys you're veterans." And I'm like, "Oh, well, we have family. Our family's veterans, yeah."
And we just wonder if they're trying to think if we maybe had...
Yeah, had something. I got something. So I was like, oh my goodness gracious. And that kind of triggered it. So he mentioned this to security, and the security guard actually saw him the next time he came back, because I told him he's back. And then he comes to the front, he said, "Oh, I spoke to them." And it seemed like he might have been a little off or a little mental or on something. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's not a good feeling. And the Black Explorer just kind of put things into a little bit of a nervous move for us. So we left. And
it's actually the first time we've left a spot like that. We've stayed in a lot of truck stops, casino parking lots. This is really the first time we've been really spooked out.
Yeah.
Really spooked out.
So, and not saying that area is, I mean, we tried to look up some reviews. It just might have been just tonight.
Yeah.
Just tonight.
The reviews were fine. And, well lit. It seemed very safe. It's just, we don't want to take the chance.
No.
At that point where it seemed like we were seeing these cars coming in and just kind of idling there multiple times, driving slowly by us. We just didn't want to take that chance.
Yeah, initially I'm thinking, oh wow, they're kind of admiring that.
Right.
Desert Snow looks pretty cool.
Happens, but then it's
like time and time again, like third time coming back, and then this time with like a Sprinter van, and no one got out of the car. I'm still cooking, and no one got out. They just sat there. So I was like, okay, it's time to move on. So.
A veces, los lugares de estacionamiento nocturno que parecen perfectamente seguros durante el día se convierten en situaciones que despiertan el instinto de huir y salir de ahí. Confiar en esos instintos para saber cuándo algo no va bien se vuelve esencial en la vida en furgoneta. Aunque ellos no serían los únicos que se toparían con un extraño frente a frente, el youtuber Brendan Explores se dirigía al lago Verne en Gales en julio de 2022, planeando una noche de acampada discreta junto al lago, aunque los letreros alrededor del lago advertían contra estacionar y acampar durante la noche, pero el plan era pasar desapercibido en un auto normal.
Looks like some people have already beaten me to it. That's definitely a camper there. Right, here we go. The infamous signs. Let me show you. No overnight parking / camping.
Aunque encontró otro lugar junto al lago y el coche, se mantendría oculto por la noche, las ventanas tapadas, todo guardado.
So I've ended up moving from that fly-infested spot. After I ate those kebabs, I just thought, there's no way I'm going to sleep here tonight. So I'm going to do my very best at trying to air the car out of all those flies. It was an absolute nightmare. There's a couple buzzing around, whether those are the ones that I've brought in my air along the way. But yeah, look at this absolutely beautiful spot here. All stealthed up. One absolutely epic evening. If it wasn't for those goddamn flies, which there's a couple still in here now, it would have been perfect. Anyway, I don't think there's anything left to do now, apart from getting dressed, get into bed, and wake up to that beautiful view.
Alrededor de las 3 de la madrugada, aparecieron unas luces. Un vehículo se detuvo, enfocándose directamente en el auto.
I can see headlights. Who the was that? They just drove off. Didn't shout anything. Didn't ask if anyone's in here. Gave a couple knocks, shone the light in, and drove off. Shit. I thought someone would come back then, Jesus. What do I do? What do I do? The fact that they left makes me think that they're probably just going to leave me be now. I'm going to see how it goes for the next half hour or so. What time is it? It's fucking 1 o'clock in the morning. Man. That is one absolutely terrifying feeling. Right, I'm going to keep an ear out for a bit. I'll let you know if anyone returns. Fingers crossed they don't. And if you don't hear from me before morning, they've naffed off. Well, that's one hell of a wake-up I've ever had one. Jeez. Anyway, about the rest of my evening. It was probably about 3:30. A van pulled up, lights turned on directly at the car. No one got out. Probably for about 15 minutes, the car was just sat there with the lights shining on the car. I decided not to move because I'd already bed down for the night. It was gone, well, by the time they'd left, it had nearly 4 o'clock in the morning. It wasn't going to be long before the daylight hit. So I decided just to wait it out. I managed to get maybe an hour at about 7 o'clock, and I've just dozed in till about now, which is about 9:15 now.
A veces acampar discretamente en zonas con señales claras de prohibido acampar implica aceptar que es posible que te descubran y cuando sucede en plena noche, debes decidir sobre si lo que te arriesgaste a hacer es realmente seguro. Aunque, ¿qué pasa cuando la situación escala y se sale completamente de control? Emi, de su canal de YouTube, The Cat Lady Van, compartió su experiencia de noviembre de 2025. Su lugar de estacionamiento habitual quedó bloqueado, pero encontró un lugar alternativo cerca que parecía funcionar para pasar la noche, aunque la zona se sentía extrañamente diferente.
Good morning, everyone. I used to sleep at this Walmart here in Port and Birdie. And yeah, while I was enjoying my road trip this summer, they changed the rule. No overnight parking. They blocked the area that we used to park that was all around there, really far from the actual store was right there. And yeah, they blocked the whole thing. Yesterday I was, in fact in my last video I told you guys, I'm gonna go sleep at Walmart, it's supposed to rain a lot and maybe windy and all this. And I arrived, I'm like, oh, I guess I'm not gonna sleep at Walmart. No Walmart anymore. And this morning I need to do a grocery. And usually when I sleep at Walmart, I just kindly go do a grocery, do all my stuff at Walmart because I'm right there. So what's the point of moving? And you know, kind enough to let us sleep there. So, but because I really need.
El sitio parecía tranquilo, apartado de todo. Aunque había estado lloviendo todo el día, paró al anochecer. Entonces, alguien empezó a golpear la camioneta. Golpes fuertes y agresivos que sonaban como si hubieran causado daños. El sonido era tan violento que dejaba claro que no era solo un golpe ni una broma.
Alright guys, that's someone banging on my van pretty loud. I'm not sure if he did any damage, to be quite honest. I don't know if he banged with a piece of wood. He banged on another van too. I'm gonna move. So just to explain a little bit the situation, so a man who was just walking the street banged on my van, and the van behind me was a camper van, and we ended up following each other for a little bit just down the road. I went outside to make sure that the person was alright, nothing was damaged on their van, and it ended up to be one of my subscribers. So it was great. We just chatted a little bit, and we decided to following each other to another location. So it's so funny. The other lady is a subscriber. I didn't know it was a lady, and I didn't know she was a subscriber. So we just talked. She said that she's alright. She just wanna leave the area just in case that he's coming back. So we're gonna drive together to another spot. We're just gonna go at the rest area a little bit further down the road. I mean, we're leaving the town to be honest. It's just gonna be better, and I'm going in the night mode tomorrow anyway, so might as well. Alright, let's close this. I'm just gonna say goodnight to the girl behind me. Kind of funny though. It's bright. You guys are bright. Put my sweater back upside down. That's hard. She said that happened another time to her, and the last time the guy went in the wood and he was banging on the van like quite a lot, and he said something around like, I'm gonna destroy your van. So she's like, oh, this is the time to move. I'm like, yeah. So it used to be a quiet place. I kind of feel like, I don't know why I feel like this, but since I went back on the Vancouver Island, I feel like it's not the same as when I left. Place that I used to park and be like zero problem, never had any issues, started to be like some kind of issue. Was another place the other day, had something bizarre too when I moved in the middle of the night. And the other day in Costco, was someone coughing behind my van, and I heard some pretty bad story after that I don't really want to go back to Costco. Yeah. This is how we had with the stickers coming out. Alright guys, gonna try to fall back to sleep. Alright.
A veces, vivir en la carretera significa encontrarse con personas cuyas intenciones pasan de ser molestas a amenazantes, y cuando alguien daña físicamente tu vehículo en plena noche, la infracción va más allá de la propiedad. Es un ataque al único hogar y seguridad que tienes. Pero, ¿qué pasa cuando lo desconocido toma forma y no puedes escapar de él? By the Curb, dirigido por su creador James Burton, se centra sobre la relajante vida en furgoneta. Sus vídeos se centran en viajes y los pequeños momentos cotidianos en carretera. Pero, no sería hasta una noche en Summerland que se convirtió en algo que nunca pensó que experimentaría, el 16 de enero del 2025 a las 5 de la mañana. Fue cuando James pulsó el botón de grabación de su cámara, todavía conmocionado y tratando de respirar con normalidad.
And I have just had the most terrifying experience of my life. I'm only still just getting over it.
Durante 2 años viviendo en su camioneta, nunca le sucedió un solo encuentro aterrador, pero lo que ocurrió esa noche fue algo nunca visto. Alrededor de la medianoche, finalmente se metió en la cama, esperando dormir como siempre. Fue entonces cuando empezó. Un golpe sordo lo golpeó justo encima de la cabeza, tan fuerte que lo despertó como si lo hubieran sacado de un sueño.
You know what it's like when you're fast asleep and something jolts you so much, you don't know what planet you're on. It's like my soul left my body, my heart. So I get so up, I'm like, what's that? Who's that? What's going on? I didn't know where I was. And I pulled blind down. That was my first reaction. And there's a bloody face at the window. The most terrifying thing that has ever happened to me. Face up at my window.
Los gritos volvieron a sonar. Creyó que eran voces en su cabeza, pero era algo más que James no lograba descifrar. De repente, apareció un hombre y durante media hora dio vueltas alrededor de la camioneta, murmurando, gritando. James se sentó allí en la oscuridad, escuchando, intentando mantener la calma. Echó un vistazo por la ventana una vez y pudo ver al extraño parado a pocos metros de distancia. Consideró arrancar el motor y marcharse, pero estaba atrapado en un callejón sin salida. Aunque lo intentara, las ventanas estaban cubiertas por neblina y no podría ver nada. Pero afortunadamente, el desconocido volvió a deambular por el callejón, gritando hacia lo que parecía otra furgoneta aparcada a lo lejos.
Right, it's moved on, it's gone down there. I don't know if there's some more motorhomes down there that he's shouting at now. I think it's probably pretty harmless. That just freaked me out though, that. I don't know what to do. I don't think I've got enough space to do a U-turn here. I don't know if you can see him in distance. Another van's come and he's buggered off now. I don't know what's going on down there. I think there's some sort of, I don't know, farm or depot or something like that.
En 2 años viviendo en su furgoneta, nunca había pasado algo así. Nada de robos, amenazas, ni golpes nocturnos en las paredes y mucho menos una cara mirándolo por la ventana en plena noche. El recuerdo de esa cara en la ventana lo acompañaría, de por vida.